Viewer beware, you're in for a scare.
Our story begins with Evan, again, and he's scared of monster blood, again, because this little bitch can't get over anything, again. Anyways, he has to go and stay with his cousin Kermit for a few days, which he thinks is hell on earth for some reason, and to be fair, when he's going over there, he gets the shit beat out of him twice, and then he has to eat a shit ton of spicy food, which somehow causes his fucking face to, like, fuck up. Like, I think you're just allergic to it, dude. You might just be allergic to whatever it is, dude. Anyways, what matters is that Andy is here, and she's doing the same shit as always, which is monster blood hijinks, except it's not real this time. Monster blood is not real in this book. In fact, Andy does not ever come back with monster blood. Definitely. So, Evan and Kermit, you know, they're chilling, and Kermit's like, hey, yo, check this out. I got a fucking electric fence. And then he turns it on and electrocutes Evan and laughs at him. And Evan's pretty pissed about it. Anyways, they go to bed, and Andy shows up at the fucking window, and she's like, yo, Evan, check this shit out. She doesn't open it. She gives him a can. It's a monster blood again. And he's like, holy shit, what the fuck? Stop bringing this shit in our house. And she's like, fuck you, Evan. I think this is really fucking cool. And so they go outside, and Kermit gets a hold of it, and he's like, yeah, she's right, Evan. You're a little pussy bitch. And he opens it, and turns out it's monster blood, but blue. And Conan shows up, and he's like, whoa, is that blue? And they're like, no, is candy. And then they electrocute him. Anyways, so the blue goo falls out, and it becomes a slug. And the slug is like, blah, 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 and whatever. And it starts just chugging fucking water. Like, holy shit, chugging water. Like, glug, 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 and all that shit. And then it explodes, and there's two of them now. And so what happens next, right, is that this fucking slug just keeps going around sucking water out of everything. It's just sucking everything. Sucking. And then, so they're like, we gotta stop these things from sucking everything. So they get them in a fucking trash bag, and they throw them down in the basement. But specifically, they throw them in the basement bathroom. So now it's the next day, and Evan's like, whoa, we're gonna go downstairs because they're in the bathroom, and that was a stupid idea. Thank you, Evan. That was a stupid-ass idea. So they go in there, they open the door, and there's just a shit ton of these blue slugs now. And even worse, they're hairy now. Because apparently there was a fucking thing in there that Kermit made that made people hairy. So now they're all hairy. Well, I guess some of them aren't. But most of them are. And now they want water. there's like hundreds of them. They're like, ah, shit, what do we do? And then Kermit's like, what if we fucking murder them all by putting them inside the electric fence? And Evan's like, yes, I agree with this idea. So they do so, except the electric fence is not on. So the monster blood does not get electrocuted. Meanwhile, the dog. There's a dog in this book. That's right, another dog is in this book. And the dog is like, I want some fucking hot sauce, because they spilled some hot sauce outside. But then the dog gets slugs attached to it, and they start sucking the dog. And so the dog starts running. They're like, oh shit, we gotta go get the dog. We gotta go run after the dog that's got the monster blood on the dog. So they go to run after the dog, and they end up at the school. You know, the one from the second book? Yeah, that school. They end up at the school. And there's a shit ton of fucking slugs now. They were chasing them. A shit ton of slugs now. And they start jumping up all over our three heroes. And they just, like, literally are on the brink of death. Like, genuinely. 2 minutes more and they would have been dead. But the slugs decide, hey, you know what? Fuck these guys. I want to kill my best friend over here. And so they start fucking killing each other. And eventually, there's only one left. But it's so severely injured that it fucking dies. And so now they're like, well, shit, that just happened. And they go home. And it turns out there's a scientist at the house now. He's like, yo, have you seen my blue goo? They're like, yeah, we just fucking killed it all. And he's like, god damn, that cost me a shit ton of money. Aw, fuck. And so he goes, like, well, that was a fun adventure. Time to not be traumatized by this. And so they go inside, but then Conan shows up and he's like, yo, I ate your fucking candy. And, now there's 4 of me. And I think I'm gonna beat you up now. There you go. You wanted an ending. There's your fucking ending.
This is the end, beautiful friend.
And like that, that's Tag. It's been a journey, but that's the end. I don't know what you expect from me. Do more Goosebumps? More animation? These things take time. That's the main reason you've been waiting. You know that, right? But hey, we're here to celebrate, especially with the season. So, why don't we take a trip back to memory lane and go back to the classic. The first episode. That's probably fine. Anyways, I'll see you in the year 2000.